Okay, good evening everyone. Hope it's slightly warmer where you are than here, because I think we're on to our 6th or 7th day in a row of negative temperatures, but so be it. Okay, my previous video was about me purchasing the Squire 222, still here, still liking it. As part of the job lot, I also got hold of two Chubb briefcase locks, bag locks, something along those lines. One was a lovely circular one, so there you are. You can see it's a Chubb with the fish on it, and nicely circular. It's got a half circle clasp to it, which I would assume goes onto the bag lid, whatever it might be, and clips straight in like that with a push clip. So that's really nice. I thought that was really nice. I don't collect these, and these will probably go back onto eBay once I've had a little bit of play with them. The other one I know is a briefcase or a case lock of some sort, because it came with part of the case still attached, and was a big square one. Again, quite nice. Another Chubb, very nice shape. Slightly less clean, but I don't think that detracts from its charm. The reason I bring these up, which I wouldn't normally, because predominantly, as I say, I'm into padlocks, but they are both Chubb detectors. Now that means that the mechanism inside them is the Chubb Detector system. I believe the original patent was well back in the 1800s, and was updated a number of times through to the 1940s, I think. These two locks, I think, are probably around about 1910, 1920, that sort of time period, based on the serial numbers and from what people have been able to tell me. So they're a later variant. But the real bonus is that the Chubb Detector system is also inside padlocks, inside the Chubb padlock. Now, the problem with the Chubb Detector system in the padlock is you can't get into it without destroying the padlock. The bonus of these is that the backs come off with 4 screws in this case. So I can take this apart, take the back off it, and I can show you the mechanism of how a Chubb detector works. So what I'm going to do is set this up in the vise, get a really close in shot, and then hopefully I'll be able to run you through how the Chubb detector works. Okay, we're on to about attempt number 4 to do this part of the video. I had horrible background noise and a whole host of other things, and then ballsed up a few details previously, so let's hope this one works. Okay, so what we have here is the insides of the lock. Now, this is a 5 lever lock, or at least a 4.5 lever lock. The front lever here that you can see is about half the thickness of the other levers. It also has a rather interesting set of notches in the corner here that sort of sit around the bolt mechanism, which the others don't have. You also don't have to lift it very high to get past it. Now, I haven't looked in the others, but that seems deliberate, and I don't know why. But so be it. But let's have a quick look at the detector system itself and the key components. So the key components in this case for this lock are this spring unit at the top here. Now you can see a spring with a sort of L-shaped bar on the end of it, so the spring goes all the way back to here. It's downwardly sprung, so pressure downwards, and then below the spring on the 4th lever from the front, the detector lever, is this lug, and it's a little brass lug that finishes just about there. So that's the first thing to note. The second thing is this little bar that rests on the top. Now it's connected at the back here to the 4th lever, and then it comes all the way over the front to sit on top of the first 3 levers. Now, the detector system, when it engages, locks the 3rd lever upwards if it is overextended, i.e. if it's taken past the point that it needs to for the bolt mechanism to actuate through the gate. So let's have a quick look at that. I will try to lift up the fourth lever, the detector lever, so that the system engages. So this would be taking it past the point that the bolt needs to go through the gate. So here we go. Here's lever number 4, and there we are, we've gone past that point. Now as you can see, this spring at the top here drops down and it engages with this lug, and the fourth lever is kept up. Now that now means that the bolt can't move to the unlocked position. Because that lever has a gate in it and it's not open-ended at the bottom, there is an obstruction below the gate, that bolt mechanism won't now move across. Now the way to release this would be to put the proper key in and turn it to the locked position. And as you turn it to the locked position, what it would do is raise up the last lever. Now as you can see, I'll pull up the sleeve, you'll probably just see it appearing just there. Yeah, there it is. And it pushes the spring up out the way, the detector lever drops, and then the rear lever can come back down again. You now reset the whole system, still in the locked position, but now the key can rotate round and unlock the whole thing. Now the bolt that goes across the front obviously has the same impact no matter which of the front 4 bolt levers you raise up. So you could raise up bolt number 2, which I'll try and do now, and it will lift up the third lever, sorry, not the third lever, the fourth lever. That will drop back down, then the fourth lever will remain up in the air. Again, you need to move that rearmost lever up, pushes the spring out the way, and the whole system reverts to the locked position. So that's the detector system. This one I think is a moderately late variant of it. I think these are somewhere around the early 1900s, maybe into the mid 1900s. Now there were several iterations of this patent all the way through to the 1940s, and I think this is one of these are some of the later ones. Some of the earlier ones had some moving cams and such like in them, which I think were a lot more complex. So hopefully that was interesting to everybody. Hopefully I've got it this time, because as I say, this is about my 4th attempt to do this part of the video. That's everything from me tonight. Good night, Nostar.